it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are back with Queens Season 1, Episode 12. Let the past be the past. Now, I'm still trying to understand why they got rid of, why they were on hiatus these 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever. But then it said that next week is the final episode. So, I mean, the season finale. And I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on with that, but that's what happened. But I got to let you know, this episode it wasn't so exciting for me as previous or past ones were, but it still was a good episode. And I got to say, it's because it actually touched upon some issues I've had to deal with, in my life. And with the fibroids and the cancer and the deceptive uh, spouse or significant other, so I was open to it and feeling it. But I got to tell y'all, I didn't even know it was on. I thought it was still off and not coming back till next week. So that's why this review is late, and I apologize so much. So let's get started. So it starts off with Naomi and Eric in bed. Basically they playing house, because what are they? They're like roommates. They're roommates and family with benefits. I don't know if that's what you want to call it, but I mentioned that because that's how it starts off. I always talk about how it starts off, but I wanted to get into Valeria because I found her story, her storyline really interesting. Because Valeria, she has the new husband, Thomas, and, they have them sitting and waiting to see whether or not her new song that she dropped in Spanish is going to make it to the Latin Billboard charts. And then it showed up and ranked number one. Her first single ranked number one, which was a great accomplishment. And she was so excited about it. She should be, as she should be, but it was number one for that week. And so now she's going on a solo tour and stuff. And we learned that her first 5 days were sold out. Check that out. And that it'll bring some money to Nasty Girls Records, some much needed money to them. They need money and they're trying to hang in there. They have Valeria going to the doctor for a checkup, regular checkup. And that's when she learns there was some concerns with her body and they think she might have uterine cancer. So she doesn't tell anyone except her hubby. And I got to tell you, I'm liking him with her. What is his name? Thomas. I'm liking Thomas with her because at one point she's sitting in a car and she's upset about it. And she's like, I feel so bad. You didn't sign up for this with me being broken or something. She called herself broken or something like that. And he said, yes, I did. I signed up for all of this, saying that he going to be there for her. And I was like, that is so sweet. Oh my God, it was so sweet. So they had to have a doctor's appointment with a specialist. And when she goes to the next doctor appointment, she learns that it's not uterine cancer. It's fibroids that she have. And I have experienced that. So I know that feeling. And so they said the surgery may be needed down the road, but not right now. And that's when the doctor asks if she wants to have children or not, meaning at her age and with these fibroids, she doesn't have much time. And if things get worse, she may need to have, some type of surgery or hysterectomy. So we knew in the past that Valeria wasn't interested in having children, but her husband is. So she and Thomas, they talked about it and she decided not to be selfish. Let's put it that way. Because she said in the past, she's been very selfish. It was all about her. And now she want to do this for her man. I was like, I'm shocked because she's putting off her tour for this. And it was all about her and the lights on her and stuff. This is one thing she always wanted. So Thomas is very supportive of her, but sometimes she was feeling as if he just kept leaving it up to her and she didn't want to go through it alone. She wanted to go through it with him. Even though he's going to be there, I guess she wanted him to help her with making the decisions and stuff. So now her tour will be postponed and she has to go and tell Naomi this, who she was scared to tell, but Naomi's sitting there like she's very understanding and she's, because your health comes first and things like that. And she said, you actually going to put your tour on hold. And, she told it to her face, take care of yourself, whatever. But later on, she tells Eric her concerns, about Valeria and this money is not going to come in now because of her choices she made. But we see Valeria's looking into the IVF treatment. And I think when I was reading, it looks a little bit scary and stuff, but um, her hubby insists he will be there with her. And so they show him at one point giving her the shot in the butt. And she said it was a 4-inch needle. I was like, oh my God, I think I would die. And, you know, and that's what she's going to have to keep going through, I guess, getting these shots to move forward with having children. So, and another point, they feel that the other will make a great parent. And so they've been supporting each other verbally with words and stuff. And hopefully that continues. Then there's a scene, they're all sitting around the table in Naomi's house discussing the next steps and what each other is going to be doing. And Muffin / Lauren is, saying she's changing up her rap style from coke and anime to mandatory minimum nonviolent drug crimes. She was like, she don't know how people are going to, accept her. And Eric made a comment about that's why we're reaching out to the different colleges and stuff. So that should help. But she's proud of herself and all that she's done. Um, Naomi said Zadie's rehearsals are going well. And Naomi asks Jill, what's up with her? And she's like, oh, well, I'm not feeling anything at the moment. But she's making this kind of face. She got guilt on her. She got a lot of guilt. So they're acknowledging all of a sudden Valeria. That's what Jill brings up, Valeria, to take the attention off herself. And they acknowledge Valeria's recent accomplishment, but Valeria's kind of cool about it. And Lauren's like, hold up, wait a minute. She's like, I've seen you more, what did she say? I've seen you more gassed up for a chemical peel. I said, you know what? That little muffin is funny, but she has come in and been a big, they're younger, and it's great how she's blending in with them, the younger with the older. And she's been a big help, it seems, to Jill. And if you remember at the beginning, Jill was trying to help her because she went through the drug thing. And I think Muffin had gone through like a drug issue. And so Jill related to that. But now it turns around when I get to Jill. You'll see how Muffin tries to help her. So anyway, they all notice that something's up with Valeria, but they say nothing. And then Eric tells her that her tour will be the only income Nasty Girl Records we'll be seeing for a while. So that's why, she was scared to tell Naomi that she decided, to postpone the tour. But then Eric makes this announcement that 20 years ago that week, Heart of Queens went quadruple platinum. They were actually the first female rap group to pull it off. So Valeria says, wow, we're old. And Lauren adds, that's what I was thinking, but didn't say. I said, Lord, they said, see, you ain't even right. That little muffin is funny. So Eric thinks they should celebrate, with a party. And he said, y'all should get the flowers you deserve. And of course, Eric and Valeria, not of course, but they said that their percentage of whatever monies they make will go back into the pot because they owe them that. Remember, they basically stole from them as when the group first started. So I thought that was fair. So then they decide to call Brianna to get an okay from her, even though they keep saying she's not coming back. Then they learned, they get a tweet or somebody gets something on their phone. I think it was Naomi, that the jury has come back with a verdict about Darren and what he did, the attempted murder on Brianna, Jill, and Eric. So they go and watch on TV, and he's guilty on all 3 counts of first-degree attempted murder. Hallelujah. And then the news anchor decides to play an audio on the news of Darren addressing the court. He wouldn't get on the stand, but he wanted to address the court. And he's saying that Jill is the true criminal. And she starts like almost crying. And he said, God will judge you, Jill. You will pay. And you would hear him, the judge saying, stop it, stop it. And they dragging him away. That man's crazy. And Jill was just crying. But they were trying to talk her out of it. Little Muffin, like I said, I hate calling her Little Muffin now. But Lauren really, really worked with her and talked with her to get through this stuff. which I thought was a special moment between the youngin and the old'em. What did Oprah call them? The youngins and I forgot what the elderly ones were called, the elders, whatever. Anyhow, what else? We got Jill. So she was watching the news earlier before this, and she was working out, and they were all talking about her. They were talking about her ex and who's on trial for the 3 counts of attempted murder, or like I said, Brianna Eric and herself. And so she turns off the TV because she's just so disgusted. This has been bothering her. She has been guilt ridden for months now because of what he did. And, everybody blaming her, basically. Not everybody blaming her, him blaming her. But she feels like it's everybody blaming and probably judging her. But she had to turn off the TV. She couldn't watch it anymore. So they show her and Muffin out walking. Her and Lauren, Jill and Lauren are out walking and talking, and she's not feeling very motivated because Muffin's like, when she gonna start writing some music? We got to get you back into the booth. It's like therapeutic. She said it worked for her too, to get through some things. And while they're walking and talking, who do they see but Tina crossing the street looking fantabulous in LA? And, Lauren is like, you want to turn around and stuff? No, she said, no, I'm an adult. We can talk. And when she begins to talk to her and ask Tina what she's doing there, a tall white chick walks up to to Tina and wraps her arm around her, and they're looking at each other for that little uncomfortable moment as of, oh, are you Jill? And this girl's name is Chantel. I said, now she a white girl with the name Chantel. Isn't Chantel a little black girl name? When we was little, at least, people change, I guess. So Jill asks, because she talked to her alone, and she tries with the small talk. And Lauren's funny again, because Lauren was like, dang, was you always this tall? Because she had on like probably 3-inch, 4-inch heels or something. And she already was a tall woman. And then her girlfriend or whatever, she introduced her and said she was her girlfriend, is tall as well. So Jill tries to talk to her on the side. And Lauren tells the Chantel, look, let's come over here. You don't want to hear this. And Jill starts with the small talk about her ex and did you hear the news and all this stuff. And Tina's like, why are you telling me this? That's her attitude, really. And Jill says, not many people understand me the way you do. And she was like, well, too bad you gave that up, sweetie. I was like, oh, no, she didn't. She said, well, I'm trying to apologize. And, and Tina was like, well, usually when people when they're trying to apologize, they start with, I'm sorry. And she didn't do that. And she said, and plus, I don't need your apology because I'd be a fool to believe anything you say. I said, oh, another low blow. And then she said, she did say that you're not evil or anything. It's just that you're lost. She said, and I'm sad for you because you're going to end up alone. And that's one thing you fear the most. And then she walked off with her tall girlfriend. I said, oh, snap, snap. So she goes back to the studio and Lauren tries to talk to her. And she point blank let her know there's a limit to the amount of empathy people going to have for the ones they love. And she said, it seems like Tina is at her limit for you. I said, oh, I tell you that look, there go Lauren. And she's like, she could at least listen to my apology. And Lauren said, frankly, Tina owes you nothing. She said she owes you nothing. And she said, and I never heard you even apologize. And she didn't. She told Jill to let it go. Stop listening to all those things her husband said. Get it out of your head. And she's like, how? She said, by the way you did it before, girl. She said she handed her the book, like in a pen, like start writing your song or something. So that's what she did. She got into that booth and she dedicated a song to Tina. It seemed that it was dedicated to her. And then she sent it to Tina. And they showed Tina in her car listening to it. At the part where she was saying, I'm sorry. I can't say it again. I'm sorry, or something like that. So we'll see what's going to happen. It seems like that might be something that comes back. We don't know. So then we have Eric. He's leaving the house looking good, smelling good, at least according to Naomi. Oh, where you going? doing? And he's like, oh, he's like, I have some errands to run. She's like, really? Oh, she said, okay. And he's like, oh, you know what? I gotta run. I'm late. But actually, what it was is he had him a meeting with his ex-wife, Robin, who is actually Robin Givens. Okay, I said Robin was doing her thing. She cracks me up, and they looked like they was doing a little flirting at this nice restaurant they was at, and she said, I see you got on that my cologne. So he put on that cologne just for his ex-wife. He remembers the cologne she liked of his. I said, because when Naomi, said something about it, he was like, don't I always smell good? But now she finds out that's why he had put it on. So Robin asks him, why is he reaching out when she hasn't heard from him in about, hell, he hasn't called in about 6 years or something like that. And the bottom line is he needed for her to relinquish her rights to the hearts of Queen's masters that she guessed she won in a divorce settlement or whatever. And she knew it was something. So she gave him a hard time at the beginning. Then she said, okay. And everything was all right. And they was going to order dinner and everything. And next thing you know, his cell phone rings and it's a picture of JoJo. And it shows up. So she gets to see it. And she's acknowledging that that person looks kind of young. And she questions him about it. And he says, oh, it's my daughter. And she's like, what? Like, you have a daughter? And then it was like, with who? And when she realized it was Naomi, she rescinded her agreement to relinquish her rights. Mm, mm, mm. So now he had to go back home to and tell Naomi and them what's going on, what happened. And now Naomi's feeling some kind of way because he basically deceived her. She said he lied to her, but he deceived her. He could have been honest and said, I'm going to meet with my ex-wife and try to do this and let her know up front. But he didn't. So when he said that his ex-wife was the issue why he couldn't get the masters, that was the problem. She said, which one? I said, say, what? Hold on, what? Which one? I was like, how many damn ex-wives did Eric have? Mind you, he was messing with Valeria when he was supposed to be with Naomi. I was like, what is going on here? I said, wow. So Naomi's just really disgusted with him and his the things he's done in the past. She said it ends up biting him in the butt. His decisions that he's made. But anyway, she goes out to that studio space that they have. It's like a warehouse looking place they use, and she starts thinking about her relationship with Eric from the beginning to the present, and she's going through the motions, and then you hear a door opens, and she's like, "I'm here," and it's Robin. And she's like, what do you want? You know, Naomi's like, thanks for coming. She's like, I had to come and see what you were all about. And Naomi was like, look, I'm not here for no drama, but you're holding my album hostage. And I forgot what Robin said, but she said, look, your beef is with Eric, not with me. She said, no, my beef with Eric is because of you. And she wanted to know why did Naomi keep staying in touch with him all the time. And she said, I never did. I didn't stay in touch with him. So she didn't believe it at first, but then she said, she knew about the Puerto Rican girl, talking about Valeria, because it was in the press all the time. And then they were married at that time also. But then she said there was always a special look in Eric's eyes whenever he talked about Naomi. Then she said she found a letter that he had addressed to her and to Naomi, and she opened it. It was from Eric, but she said, I shouldn't have, but I did. I opened it, and she said, I don't remember everything that was written there, but she remembered the last line, which it was burned into her brain. And I think she's saying the last line said, it's always been you. It will forever be you. And the thing is, Naomi was standing there like quiet, but looking really surprised, like she had never heard this. So she knows now that Eric really did love her and really did care about her. When she didn't trust him and believe him, even when he was with his wife, she's finding out that it was all about her. So Naomi talked to Robin about letting things go and holding on to grudges, things that she had dealt with, which was stopping her from being happy. But basically, it was like, let the past be the past, she told her. So then Naomi gets home and she told Eric that Robin signed off on releasing the masters. We're good now. And he's sitting there on the couch saying, "Are we?" And then she just sat down and cuddled up to him, and she said, "I love you," and they kissed. And I was like, "Oh!" And I know he was like, "What the hell happened at this meeting? Where is this coming from?" And then it ended with them at their Heart of Queens celebration. And it's funny because here's Muffin again, Muffin with her cute little line. She was like, "It really just shocks me that you guys were like Kanye famous." I said, they start laughing at her. I was like, "Oh man, what does that mean, Kanye famous?" And anyway, the fans are yelling, coming on, they're coming up to them asking for autographs, and they were going through moments of nostalgia, and thinking about their lives, and the crowd is chanting their names, trying to get them to get up there and do one more song, but they can't because Brianna's not there. And Jill says, "Is this going to be the last time we hear this?" And Naomi was like, "It doesn't have to be." And they looked at each other and said, "Uh-oh." The next thing you know, it seemed like it's the next day, and they all meeting up at that little warehouse type of a studio that they have. And Naomi starts to rap, and then it goes off like that. But I gotta say something about Naomi. I don't know if y'all all noticed it, but every episode, girls' edges be laid. Don't them edges be laid? She be having them little curly cues. I remember I used to try to do that when I was younger. Had them little curly cue things all on the side of her. Them edges be laid out. But anyway, that's the way it ended. If I missed anything, y'all let me know. I hope you like it. Put your comments down in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Again, sorry it's late, but I didn't even know it came back on last night. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you have not already subscribed, take a moment right now, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the notification bell. It'll let you know every time I upload a new video. Then hit that like button, smash it, smash that like button, write a comment, and share it. And don't forget, next week is the season finale for Queens. Hopefully it'll come back for a season 2. This your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.